So now we will discuss the schematic diagram or that is your pictorial view of the, or we will analyze how the process of your G protein coupled receptor, the conformational chain that includes conformational chain and that is your production of your second messenger or second messenger molecule. So this is the plasma membrane. Okay, this is the extracellular space. This is the cytosol intracellular space. So our that is the G protein coupled receptor is a serpentine receptor that is multipass that is passing through the plasma membrane 7 times. So NH2 amino terminal is in the extracellular space and carboxy terminal in the intracellular space or cytosol. So these are your that is your alpha, beta, gamma is the subunit of this. Okay, so that is the this is don't get confused. This is different and this is different. So this is the your conformation of this. Okay, so this is the protein having the alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay. So now this G protein coupled receptor in the or G protein in the your inactive form because it bounds to your GDP. Okay, so when it will bound to the GDP when there is no signal molecule. Okay, when there is no signal molecule bound to the G protein coupled receptor. Okay, when there will be a signal molecule is there, then bound to the your G protein coupled receptor. Okay, so that will initiate the changing of your protein conformation of G protein. So when so previously your G protein that is your alpha beta gamma that is in the inactive form which is bound to the GDP, that GDP binding site will be replaced by GTP. Okay. So when you will get so our receptor is a that is your GTPase activity. This receptor is regulated by your GTPase. Okay. So that GTPase will inflow of GTP or that will synthesize in the cytosol GTP and that after synthesis of GTP in the cytosol there is a increase in the concentration of GTP. Okay, in the cytosol when GTP concentration will be increased then GTP will be higher affinity towards the G protein H compared to GDP because why? Because GTP is the high energy molecule H compared to GDP. Okay, so GTP have a higher affinity towards the GDP binding site. Okay, so that can easily bind to the GDP binding site by means of your replacing of your GDP or in the active where there is no GDP bound that will directly bound to the GT bound to the your G protein or that will replace the GTP. So after replacing the GDP, okay, so now you will get alpha, beta, gamma in this conformation. So this is previously your alpha, beta, gamma closely bound to each other. Okay, so alpha and beta gamma is the inseparable complex, but alpha and beta gamma can be separable. So after binding of GTP molecule in the alpha subunit gets separated from your beta gamma subunit. So after detaching of alpha with that of beta gamma, both will be converted to your that is your activated alpha subunit and another one is your activated beta gamma subunit or complex. Okay. Now this is in the active form. Is that clear to all of you? So now from this, what will happen to the your intracellular or what is the next consequences of your G protein composition? So here is the next. Okay. Here what happened? This is the now we are in this form. Okay. Previously that is in form here, that is the alpha and beta gamma subunits are got separated when your GTP bound to the alpha subunit. Okay. So when after this the next process is the signal molecule is attached. H we have previously discussed. Okay, and G protein coupled receptor is activated. Our GTPH activities will be enhanced, and this will produce more number of GTP after binding of your signal molecule with that of G protein coupled receptor. So after activation, okay, after activation of your alpha subunit and beta gamma complex, so this will activate your adenylyl cyclase. So adenylyl cyclase is the effector enzyme. So these protein will activate the activity of adenylyl cyclase enzyme. So this protein can be initiate the activation of the adenylyl cyclase enzyme. After activation of your adenylyl cyclase enzyme, which is also called as your effector enzyme, that will actively generate your second messenger, that is your cyclic AMP, from by means of your activity of your adenylyl cyclase, that is your effector enzyme, that will produce your second messenger, that is your cyclic AMP. So this active effector, okay, active effector enzyme, that is your adenylyl cyclase, that will generate the your cyclic AMP, which is called your second messenger molecule. Okay, so these type of, because first step is the binding of your signal molecule with that of G protein coupled receptor. After binding of your G protein coupled receptor with that of the signal molecule, the G protein will be activated. When the G protein is activated, when there is the binding of the GTP with that of your alpha subunit, and alpha subunit is activated, and beta gamma subunit also got activated. So this activation of G protein will, or this activated G protein can activate your adenylyl cyclase enzyme, that is your effector enzyme, and that active effector enzyme will generate your cyclic AMP, that is the second messenger. So this cyclic AMP can move to the nucleus and send the message of your signal molecule to the nucleus, or whatever may be your genetic constituent, that is your DNA or RNA. So cyclic AMP will flow the message from your signal molecule with that of your intracellular target site, that is your DNA, RNA. Is that clear? Okay. So after that CAMP, what necessary change in the cytoplasm, or what necessary changes in the your nucleus is done, we will discuss now. We are going to discuss what necessary changes will takes place by means of your CAMP, or second messenger. So that will be H follows. Okay. So that CAMP, okay. So this CAMP will activate your protein kinase. Okay, protein kinase PKA. Okay, so this is the CAMP, cyclic AMP dependent protein kinase. This is the protein kinase. These are two types of subunit. That is your one is your R. R stands for your regulatory subunit, and C subunit, that is your catalytic subunit. So these are two R subunit or regulatory subunit and two catalytic subunit. So that CAMP molecule, that is the, which is the second messenger, that is the cyclic AMP is the second messenger. So that will activate your protein kinase. Okay. So what is the function? What will be the function of your CAMP? So CAMP, cyclic AMP,